Good evening. This is the sixth video lesson of third chapter current electricity. In previous video class we have started the combination of cells. Cells in series we were deriving, and at the end of the derivation the video recording has stopped. Therefore we begin the series combination of cells, and we have a very quick glance about this. Series combination of cells. So we have here two cells. This is EMF E1 plus minus, its direction is like this. R1 is internal resistance. In series with this, we have another cell of EMF E2 with an internal resistance R2 like this. So when these two are connected in series, we will expect that both of them will carry the same current, but here between these two points there is a terminal potential difference V1, and between these 2 points there is a terminal potential difference V2. So it's a same concept like resistors and capacitors. When they are in series, they have the same current, but potential difference is different across them. So if you see the equivalent between these 2 points, from here to here you have V equivalent. So from this you can write it as V equivalent equals to V1 plus V2. But V equals to E minus IR. This we have developed in previous class. Therefore, V1 equals to E1 minus I1 R1. We name it as I1 only when there are two different currents, but both of them are carrying the same current, so therefore there is no need of this subscript. We drop it. Similarly, V2 equals to E2 minus IR2. Then V equivalent equals to V1 plus V2. So we substitute these values: E1 minus IR1 plus E2 minus IR2. So this will be rearranged: E1 plus E2 together minus I common in both of the IR1, IR2. So you will get I into R1 plus R2. What is this V equivalent? You look at this equation. This is one of the important format in current electricity in the topic cells. Always we express the terminal potential difference V as E minus IR. So if you come to the equivalent, this is V equivalent equals to E equivalent minus I into R equivalent. Compare these two equations. They have the similarity. For a single cell, terminal potential difference is written like this. For combination of cells in series, it will be written like this. So where E equivalent equals to E1 plus E2 and R equivalent equals to R1 plus R2. So this argument can be extended to any number of cells. Third cell is there, then you will get E equivalent equals to E1 plus E2 plus E3, and R equivalent will become R1 plus R2 plus R3. 4 are there: E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus E4, R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4. So what is happening to the equivalent EMF is increasing when the cells are connected in series. Suppose I have 1.5 volt and 1.5 volt in series, it will become 1.5 plus 1.5 is a 3 volt. Okay, right. So if you have two identical cells, E equivalent equals to E plus E, that equals to 2E, and R equivalent equals to 2R, like this. So for n number of cells, E equivalent equals to E plus E plus E plus E, that is n into E, and R equivalent equals to n into R. So these final expressions simply you have to remember them, right? Now there is another thing in this is, if one of the cell is reversed in the direction and connected, like suppose if one of the cells is wrongly connected in series. What is wrong connection? You see that right connection is negative terminal of one cell is connected to positive terminal of other cell. Negative terminal of first cell is connected to positive terminal of the second cell. If you reverse this, like, so the cell is E1 here with the internal resistance R1 and here E2 with internal resistance R2 minus plus, so this is what E2. Now you observe, its direction of EMF is like this, its direction of EMF is like this. So therefore both opposed, they send the currents in opposite directions. This will be sending a current in this direction, this will be sending the current in the opposite direction. Therefore the E equivalent what we are writing here, it cannot be E plus E, it will be E minus E because of change in the sign of EMF. If there are two identical cells of 1.5 volt and 1.5 volt, then 1.5 minus 1.5, that is nothing but what? 0 volt. So therefore when you are putting cells in a remote, see that they are connected in series. If you reverse one of the cells other than series, the remote will not work because the net voltage or equivalent voltage potential difference that is coming out of the combination is going to be 0. If there are two identical cells, non-identical cells, if they are non-identical cells, then what will happen? Continuation of this one, then E equivalent equals to E1 minus E2. But notice children, R equivalent still remains as R1 plus R2. Okay, so this may be sending a 2 ampere current, this may be sending a 1 ampere current. Okay, so there is a fight among them. So 2 ampere current will what? Dominate over the circuit. So net current continues to flow in this direction only. So therefore R1 and R2, both of them will carry the same current. That is the reason why R equivalent, this is EQ. The R equivalent will remain as R1 plus R2. Fine? Okay. So this is about what? Series combination. Now we go for parallel combination of cells. So this is parallel combination of cells. So again we will consider two cells only. Positive electrode, negative electrode, plus, minus, EMF, okay, E1, direction of EMF, and this is internal resistance R1. We have another cell of EMF E2, plus, minus, direction of EMF, this is R2. Now, these two are put in parallel to each other. So here, this will send a current I1 in this direction, and this will send a current I2 in this direction, and this is the common point. Okay, so the current will come out as I1 plus I2. So this is again I1 plus I2. So as they are in parallel, the terminal potential difference of these two cells will be same. So if you take this point and take this point, between these 2 points, the potential difference will be V. And if you take this point and take another point, the potential difference between these two also will remain as what V. Okay. So same concept, when resistors are in parallel, the potential difference will be same. Similarly, when the cells are in parallel, the potential difference will be same, but the current will be what? Different. So net current I equals to I1 plus I2. Very simple. In previous derivation, we started with V equals to V1 plus V2 because they are in series. Now as they are in parallel, it is I equals to I1 plus I2. Fine. But we use the basic equation V equals to E minus IR. This implies I into R, bring it to left side, equals to E minus V. Therefore, I equals to E minus V whole divided by R. This is the current expression in terms of EMF and terminal potential difference of the cells. Right. So accordingly, this equation will become, now this is equation 1. So equation 1 becomes I equivalent equals to, let me write as equivalent current or net current. So I1 is nothing but this is E1 minus V1 by R1. But we said that the terminal potential difference across the two cells is what same. So therefore there is no need of writing V1 here. So I am dropping the subscript. Plus in the place of I2, I write it as E2 minus V divided by R2. Okay? Right. Now this will be E1 by R1 minus V by R1 plus E2 by R2 minus V by R2. Rearranging the things, E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 together, right, minus V is common among these, so you will get 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. This is what I equivalent. Okay, but what is the format of equation? You always should get an equation in this form only. V should be on the left hand side, the remaining thing should be on the right hand side for the equivalent EMF derivation. But you see, I we have on the left hand side and the other things are on the right hand side. So we should rearrange these things in this format. Okay, for that what I do, I bring this entire thing towards left side and I will take to the right side. So V into 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, it will become positive this side. So this will be E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2, okay, minus I equivalent. That current will go that side. Fine. Right. So, but what is there on the LHS? Only V is there. But we have this resistance factor also. So, we will simplify this now. V into, this is, LCM is R1 into R2. Okay. Here this will become R1 plus R2 in the numerator equals to, this will be E1 R2 plus E2 R1 divided by R1 R2 minus I equivalent. Clear? Now take it that side. So therefore V equals to E1 R2 plus E2 R1 by R1 R2 minus I equivalent whole multiplied by R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So when this goes that side. Now multiply this thing, you will get V equals to E1 R2 plus E2 R1 by R1 R2 into, I am multiplying this separately, R1 R2 by R1 plus R2 minus I equivalent into R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Okay. Now you can see that in the first term R1 R2 will cancel. You will get V equals to, this is E1 R2 plus E2 R1 divided by R1 plus R2. This one factor minus I equivalent into, this is R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So what is, this is actually this you can write it as V equivalent equals to E equivalent. Okay, this entire thing will be E equivalent. You see the dimension of this one. These, suppose both the cells are identical, then we will write E into R plus E into R in the numerator. Identical cells divided by R plus R is nothing but what? 2R. So this comes out to be 2ER divided by 2R. 2 cancel, RR cancel, you will get EMF dimension only. So this entire thing will be written as E equivalent minus I equivalent into R equivalent. What is this R equivalent? R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Parallel combination. 1 by R equals 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. When you write R equals to, it will be R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So this is the final expression. So generally, children will be tempted to conclude here itself. This is the final derivation, they think. No, this is not the final derivation, because on the left hand side it should be only V. So this term of R should be taken to the right hand side and it should be simplified into this final expression V equals to E minus I into R. So where E equivalent equals to E1 R2 plus E2 R1 by R1 plus R2. Okay, and R equivalent equals to, this R equivalent equals to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Now, if cells are identical, if two cells are identical, then E equivalent equals to, so this will be E into R plus E into R divided by R plus R. So this is 2ER divided by 2R, RR cancel, 2 cancel, RR cancel, you get what? EMF will be. What is the conclusion, children? In series, if the two cells are identical, we got the expression for E equivalent as 2E. Now you are getting E equivalent is what? E. That means, though you have two cells connected in parallel, the net of this is not going to be 2E or anything else like that. It is only going to be what? E. Suppose 3 identical cells are there. 3 identical cells. What will come here? ER plus ER divided by R plus R plus R. So 3ER divided by 3R. RR cancel, 3 cancel. Suppose 10 cells are there. This will be 10ER divided by 10R. RR cancel, 10 cancel, E you will get. So even if you connect 100 number of cells in parallel, the net EMF of the combination is equal to EMF of any one cell. Therefore, there is no use of connecting the cells in parallel. So always we prefer cells to be connected in series. If they are connected in series, their EMFs will be what? Added up. If they are connected in parallel, their EMF will remain same as if it is a single cell, even though you connect 100 number of cells in parallel. Okay, right. Now, another conclusion what we make is, suppose in parallel combination, I connect one of the cells wrongly. That is, if one of the cells is connected wrongly. How wrongly? This is E1, okay, and resistance is what? R1, and this is negative and this is positive. This is R2. Previously it was not like that. Positive on the left side, negative was on the right side. So now I connect this like this. So here this is the common point. So you can connect a load like this, a small torch light bulb or anything. So that we are not showing in the circuit. Fine. Now its EMF is like this, plus minus. There is a plus minus. Its EMF is like this and its EMF is like this. This will send a current I1 and this will send a current I2 like this. This is I2. So this is I2. Okay, then this current will be after coming over here, okay, some current will go here, the remaining current will come here. This current will become now I1 minus I2. Earlier it was I1 plus I2, that is nothing but what I, as both of them are what in series. So from 3 amp, suppose this is a 3 ampere current and this is 1 ampere current, this current will become what? 2 ampere. In such case what we write? E equivalent equals to E1 R2 minus E2 R1. Whichever the cell is bigger, that will come in the beginning. I am guessing that E1 is greater than E2. Therefore I am writing E1 R2 minus E2 R1 by R1 plus R2. Okay. Suppose if both of them are identical, then for identical cells, E equivalent equals to, right, ER minus ER by 2R. That is nothing but 0. So if you connect them rightly, two cells, identical cells, 1.5 volt, 1.5 volt put in parallel, the net EMF is going to be only 1.5 volt only. If by mistake, if you connect them wrongly in parallel, right, then the net EMF is going to be what? 0. Okay, so therefore we prefer the cells to be connected in only series, that too in a right way. Fine. Okay, so this equation, children, is very, very important for competitive examinations. Calculation of E equivalent and R equivalent. Fine. So as discussed, cells will be always, when cells are in parallel, the net resistance will be parallel only. This is a parallel equation only, combination. But EMF is not like that. EMF requires this equation E1 R2 plus E2 R1 by R1 plus R2. Okay, right. So which way you prefer the cells to be connected? Cells to be always connected in what? Series. Right. So we made a remark at the beginning of this topic, that is cell, EMF and internal resistance, that the terminal potential difference of a cell, is always less than the EMF by an amount IR. Now the question is, will there be any case where the terminal potential difference of the cell can be greater than its EMF? Means yes, it is possible. When the cell is being charged, this is internal resistance plus minus. Okay, so this is your cell. Now if this cell is connected across very big cell, say this is 120 volt cell, battery, 120 volt battery. So this will be sending its EMF in this direction and this will be sending EMF in this direction. This is the current I. So now it's a very small current and this is a very huge current. This current will dominate over the circuit. So therefore now the cell will be what? Started charging. So when you connect your cell across a huge source of potential difference, then your cell will be under charging. So during charging of a cell, okay, we will write V equals to E plus IR. During discharging, the cell itself is driving the circuit, itself is sending the current. Then we write V equals to E minus IR. This is called discharging. This is called what? Charging. So now you can see, if it is 1.5 volt, obviously this value will be more than 1.5 volt because there is some factor adding to this one. So TPD, terminal potential difference, can be greater than EMF during charging of a cell. Okay, right. So this you remember. So there is a numerical based on this series and parallel combination in the textbook. At the end of the chapter, you open that chapter and see the exercise. There is 120 volt battery that is connected across a cell. and they have given some resistance values, I don't remember properly. Try to solve that. You will understand how the cells will work. Okay, right. After this, we have Kirchhoff's laws. I don't know if it is C double H or single H or single F, but proper noun only, it makes no difference. Kirchhoff's laws. Right. Now so far we have seen resistors either in series or in parallel. It's not always that they should be connected only in series or only in parallel. There will be a mixed combination of series and parallel also. In such case, we use Kirchhoff's laws to simplify the networks. There are two laws in this. First one is known as law of current. Second one is known as law of voltages. So, first law is law of currents. Law of currents. This is also known as junction rule. This is also known as junction rule. Okay, right. Suppose you have a junction point in electrical circuit, that when you apply this rule to electrical circuit, you will understand what is the meaning of this junction point. There are some currents entering this junction. This is I1 and there is another current what I2. Suppose it is splitting into three currents, I3, I4 and I5. This rule says that I1 plus I2 must be always equals to I3 plus I4 plus I5. That is, the sum of the currents entering a junction point must be equal to sum of the currents leaving that junction point. Or you also can write it as I1 plus I2 minus I3 minus I4 minus I5 equals to 0. This also will be written as I1 plus I2 plus of minus I3 plus of minus I4 plus of minus I5 is equals to 0. This we write as algebraic sum of all the currents at a junction point is equal to 0. Algebraic sum. What is meant by algebraic sum? When you add the things algebraically, the sign of that particular term to be carried forward. So I3, I4, I5, they are carrying a negative sign. So you have to bring the negative sign along with these quantities and add. That is called what? Algebraic sum of all the currents at the junction point is going to be 0. Why? Because this junction point is acting simply like a mediator. Some amount of charge is coming to the junction point and the same amount of charge should leave the junction point. Because this after all a junction point, neither it can produce charge nor it is absorbing the charge. So neither the junction point is a source of charge nor it is a sink absorber of the charge. Therefore, net charge, net current at this junction point should always be equal to 0. So this law follows conservation of charge. Conservation of charge principle. That is, charge is neither created nor destroyed at the junction point. Charge from one side will be transferred to the other side. So this type of concepts are important for 1 mark questions. Kirchhoff's current law is based on conservation of charge principle, conservation of energy principle, conservation of mass principle, conservation of momentum principle. As we are dealing with current electricity only, obviously there is energy and charge confusion. So it is law of currents. Currents is basically because of the charge. So it follows law of conservation of energy. Okay, right. Now we have the second law, that is law of voltages. Law of voltages, or this is also known as loop rule. So we will consider a closed loop, right? And in that closed loop, we apply this one. What does it state is the algebraic sum of EMFs of all the cells and potential difference of all the resistors in a closed loop is equal to 0. This term is important. Closed loop is equal to 0. So if there are two cells, what way they are sending their EMFs? Are they sending in the same direction or in the opposite direction? Accordingly, either it will be added or it will be subtracted. Similarly, the potential differences. So to apply this law of voltages or a loop rule, you require some sign convention. But sign conventions, you should remember this. Sign conventions. As you adopt sign conventions in optics, ray optics, okay, while solving the numericals, 1 by f equals 1 by v plus 1 by u, lenses and mirrors, the same way we are considering the sign convention. First convention is, while traversing a loop, traversing means going from one place to other place along the loop. It is nothing but negotiating a loop. While traversing a loop, if positive terminal of a cell is seen first, then its EMF is to be taken as negative. So while traversing the loop, you will come across a cell, right? If you see the positive terminal of the cell first, take its EMF as minus. Second one is, while traversing the loop, if current flows in a direction opposite to our direction, that is traversing direction, then the potential difference to be taken positive. So why this convention is adopted like this?